The feds are digging once again, looking for signs of the former Teamsters boss, Jimmy Hoffa.
What happened to former Teamsters boss Jimmy Hoffa?
Just where is Jimmy Hoffa?
What happened to Jimmy Hoffa, the union boss who disappeared 37 years ago?
Theories have flourished on what happened to Jimmy Hoffa's body, buried under Giants Stadium in New York, buried under the Renaissance Center in Detroit. One story had him being cremated in a trash incinerator. Another claimed he was fed to alligators in a Florida swamp.
He was last seen outside a restaurant near Detroit. His body never turned up, but there have been several new leads over the years. Back in 2004, investigators tore up the floors of a home in Detroit to look for blood. Nothing. In 2006, agents tore down a barn in Michigan following what they called a fairly credible tip. Nothing. In 2009, the FBI dug around a lumber yard in Michigan, but again, nothing. Today, they're looking underneath a driveway.
Right now, the FBI is digging in a Michigan field to hunt for Jimmy Hoffa's remains. The former Teamster president's disappearance in 1975 is one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries.
He was under attack by the Kennedys, squeezed by the Mafia, stabbed in the back by his own Teamster brothers. And then he disappeared.
411. Michael Francis was born into a Mafia family. He was listed among Fortune magazine's survey of the 50 most powerful and wealthy Mafia bosses in America. But that's all behind him now. Speaking of your past, Jimmy Hoffa's body, do you have any idea where it is? Everybody wants to know. It's practically folklore.
All right, I'm going to tell you this, and I've been asked that question 1,000 times. He's not in the Meadowlands, and they'll never find his body. Now, I had nothing to do with it, don't get me wrong, but you hear things, you know, and Jimmy's gone.
Search for Jimmy Hoffa's body is over. The FBI agent spent 3 days digging in a Detroit suburb after a tip from an ex-mobster.
We did not uncover any evidence relevant to the investigation on James Hoffa. I'm very confident of our result here after 2 days plus of diligent effort, and at this point we'll be closing down the excavation operation and we'll be returning the property over to the property owner in the condition in which it was found.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard.